보통 해외여행을 가면 많이 걷다 보니 살이 빠져서 온다고들 하죠. 하지만 한국에 온 이 미국인 부부는 첫날부터 비상사태를 선포했습니다. 한국 음식이 너무 맛있어서 살이 빠지기는커녕 오히려 쪄서 돌아갈 것 같다는 행복한 비명을 지른 것인데요. 다이어트조차 포기하게 만든 한국의 맛. 미국인 부부의 침샘 폭발 서울 여행기 지금 시작합니다.
What a great way to start our trip to Korea.
This is beautiful. All of the architectural elements are just beautiful. Nuts. We love all the architectural elements, all of the lines and the squares that we see integrated into the architecture. It's absolutely beautiful. And to have the place almost to ourselves this morning has been incredible. But now we are quite hungry, so we're gonna go back and have some breakfast, and we will pick you up again over at the Korea Folk Museum. See you there. And we are at the Korea Folk Museum. It's free to get into. How amazing is that? It looks like it's really big. We are here hoping to learn more about Korean history so that we understand what we see the next few weeks while we explore Korea. So I guess let's go learn something. This is a house, a building that was built in the 1850s and was moved here in order to be preserved. Sort of like the open air folk museums that we love so much in Europe. I was not expecting to see one of these here in Korea. I love these. We just came around the corner and it looks like they maybe have transported some shops from elsewhere in Korea to here. This is so cool. I was not expecting it to look like this. I think barber shops look the same everywhere in the world. Neat. I thought it would be more of an enclosed museum that you walk around and see like exhibits of maybe clothing that would tell us the history about Korea. Not this open concept. This is so cool. This is a print shop and the sign out front says that this manual machine right in front of us is the only one like it left in the entire world. This looks like it was a restaurant.
Based on how many coffee houses we've seen, we think coffee houses are really important to Korean culture, and they've got a little one right here. We're gonna step inside.
And it has a really cool phone outside.
I've always wanted a red phone. It's free coffee.
Free coffee. Very sugary free coffee.
Oh yeah, that's even a little sweet for me.
The more we travel, the more we realize the world is all the same. The classroom here, presumably old, although there isn't a sign that says so, looks just like the classrooms back home that are older. That's really cool.
We seem to have forgotten our school uniforms.
All right, that was amazing. This shop just behind us has school uniforms that you can try on, but they're like adult-sized school uniforms that even fit us large Americans. and you're able to put them on, and then it has instructions to sit and wait 5 seconds, it'll take a photo, and we're like, okay, what, is this gonna end up on the internet somewhere? What happens? And it prints out a photo of what you're wearing. That was amazing. It was completely free.
That was
fun.
Gosh. Yeah.
We were skeptical, but that was really neat.
It even fit me. I'm pretty large. It was fun.
Well, we have the place that we've chosen for our Korean barbecue, and there are a lot of plates on the table. I hope they show us what to do with all this stuff, because does it like all go on the meat? I have no idea. No idea what we're doing. It's very exciting.
All right, it's pork belly and pork shoulder.
All right, I'm gonna try my first pork belly. That is so good. It's just tender and it melts in your mouth. We have learned that you just take all of the toppings that you want, you put them on a piece of lettuce, and then you shove the whole thing in your mouth all at once.
You're gonna fit all that in your mouth?
This is not going to go well for me. I can't fit all this in. The aftermath.
Well, that was fantastic. Just a good amount of food. Everything was really tasty. Much better and more interesting, I think, than any of the Korean barbecue we've had back home.
That was delicious. If all the food here in Korea tastes like that, I'm gonna go home having gained weight instead of lost it, which is normally what we do when we travel. It was delicious. I can't wait to have that over and over again while we're here. But for now, we're off to stand in line at the palace. We're hoping to get in for the lights at night. It only happens for a couple months each year, and we were not able to get tickets for it. So it's off to the line, we go.
All right.
We made it in! This is the first and main royal palace here in Seoul, and we decided to see it at night because we have a different one we want to see during the day, and it's beautiful, all lit up and everybody walking around. Some of them are wearing traditional wear, which is a lot of fun to see. I mean, like, it's beautiful. It matches the ambiance of the lights and kind of makes you go back in time. I'm really glad that we came here on an evening.
We set off with our group, and our very first stop was one of the most impressive on the tour. This large two-story building was a library where the royal family and scholars would study, and sometimes banquets were held there. I could just imagine reading my book, overlooking the pond, people watching, enjoying the sun. Oh, I kind of wish I had had my book when we were touring it. Wait, where was I? Oh, right. This large building is representative of the size of the garden. It turns out the gardens take up to 60% of the palace's footprint. The structures within the gardens are all designed to harmonize with their surrounding landscape rather than changing the landscape to suit the buildings. The end result is acres upon acres of beautiful gardens where the royal family could escape the public eye. But why is this called the Secret Garden? The garden has actually had many names over the years, including Inner Garden and Forbidden Garden. Hundreds of years ago, you could only visit these gardens if you received an invitation by the royal family. Today, you can visit the gardens without a formal invite, but entrance is limited to tours in order to preserve the garden's sanctity and natural environment.
The Secret Garden tour was not what we expected. We went up hills and down hills, and that place is absolutely massive, acres and acres large. It was beautiful, so serene with all the different lookout areas, and they were all built with specific intentions in mind.
The buildings are a lot smaller and more intimate, which is just kind of nice. The palaces are really huge by comparison.
It was really neat to go back there, so I think we'd recommend it if you come to the palaces. Well, we are now in the palace next door. Tongyeonggun, I think is how you say it. I am trying really hard. I'm sorry if I'm absolutely massacring the words. This palace seems to be a bit more spread out. This one was built after the one next door was built. So it's a little bit more recent, but just as beautiful. So we mentioned that this palace was built after the one next door. The one next door had so many visitors that didn't stay visitors. They moved in and they were there for a long time. So they ran out of space, and in order to house everybody else and a few queens, the king built this palace right next door so that everybody who wanted to see him and visit him had the opportunity to do so. At least those who were invited, I guess. Early impressions of this palace are that the paint hasn't been refreshed as recently as the one next door. It's not quite as vibrant, but I actually really like that. It gives this palace a bit of an older feel compared to the one that's next door, which has clearly been repainted recently, and that's beautiful. But there's always a place for the ones that retain their old world charm as well. I'm not sure we filmed it in the palace next door, the first one we went into, but the roofs have this incredible detail at the end of them. It's absolutely beautiful, and the design is different in each palace.
오늘 영상은 어떠셨나요? 미국인 부부는 서울의 북촌 한옥마을과 밤의 궁궐을 거닐며 아름다운 건축물과 조명이 어우러진 풍경에 마치 시간 여행을 하는 것 같다고 감탄했습니다. 하지만 무엇보다 그들을 사로잡은 건 바로 한국인의 소울푸드 삼겹살이었습니다. 본토의 바비큐보다 훨씬 맛있다며 상추쌈을 한 입 가득 넣고 입에서 살살 녹는다고 행복해하던 그들의 표정. 기억나시나요? 아름다운 전통의 멋과 입안을 황홀하게 하는 음식의 맛. 이 짧은 시간 동안 그들은 한국이 가진 진짜 매력에 완전히 눈을 뜬 것 같습니다. 저희가 준비한 영상이 마음에 드셨다면 가시기 전에 구독과 좋아요를 부탁드립니다. 여러분의 응원이 영상을 만드는데 큰 힘이 됩니다.